Man, got around. OG Silverback here. And today we're going to talk about glory, beast mode living, and savage law. I want to introduce to you my man, Big Kong. What's up, Big Kong? How you doing, big homie?
What's happening?
Hey, it's good to see you, my man.
You see him outside in this Ohio weather. We got a little break today.
Oh, man, nice. Yeah, because normally it'd be snowing, right?
You're right. Normally it'd be 80 feet of snow, so we got a little break.
Hey, so you enjoying that, right?
Oh, man, every bit of it, man, as much as we could take.
Yeah, bro. Hey, but for those of you that don't know you about your channel, tell them about your channel, Big Kong, what you representing over there.
So, man, I just did a welcome to my channel the other day, man. I ain't never did. No, Callie told me to do it, so I never did one. But for me, it's fitness, positivity, some funny, and then some martial arts. That's it.
Okay, cool, man.
That's it. That's what I do. That's all I do.
Okay. Yeah, because over here on my channel, it's the Warriors Den, man. What I do, man, is I post some content. I do Filipino knife fighting right now, and I'm doing combat hapkido. I still mess around with the jiu-jitsu, bro, but I'm not rolling. I'm gonna be honest with you. I keep getting hurt when I roll on the mat. So now I'm just doing like the stand-up portion. But other than that, bro, I'll be posting some of my training videos, and then I have martial arts like yourself on my channel talking about, the martial arts they do. What are you currently training in, Big Kong?
So when I was younger, I'm 40 now. So at first, it was days, man, where I would train Jiu-Jitsu 5, and I would train Judo 3. So 7 days out of the week.
Nice.
Now it was days that I would go to Judo and Jiu-Jitsu on the same day. So I would do a Judo class in the morning or afternoon or, whatever. And on top of lifting weights.
Oh,
that was the younger days. So clearly we're not doing that right.
Right.
Well, now, I'm a black belt in Jiu-Jitsu. I'm working on a black in Judo. I'm working on my green belt in Judo. But I've been doing Judo so long, man. It's just when Judo, man, straight Eastern martial art. So you got to know the terms.
Yep.
You got to know the Japanese version, and I struggle with that.
Yeah.
So when it comes to Judo, my process is a little longer because I actually want to be real fluent in the throws. I can do them, I can say them in English, but it's the Japanese part that I struggle with. So I really want to be when I decided to put the gloves down in MMA and focus on being a martial artist, I really want to take in all of the art. So, yeah, you can athletically do the throws. I can athletically do the throws, but I really want to know the terminology. So when I be able to teach it, I want people to understand the Japanese version of it too. Mm-hmm. So, I got my black belt in Jiu-Jitsu going on 2 years now. I've been training since 2005. 2005, I took a hiatus from the gi, and I was just doing no gi stuff. And because I was fighting MMA, so that took that kind of separated my growth of jiu-jitsu because you got to wear the gi to get promoted.
Right.
So when MMA was done, I put straight back to the gi, and then finally got my gi and stuff like that. I mean, I'm sorry, got my black belt, but so now, man, I just back on the mat in jiu-jitsu, man. And judo, I haven't this COVID shit did the judo kind of did judo in a little bit around here.
Right.
So, but so we starting to rev that back up. So I'll be back full swing soon.
Man, I'm glad you brought that up because just from my experience, gi and no gi jiu-jitsu is totally different, man. Like when you're doing gi, because you can grab the gi and do different things and tie a dude up, but without no gi, it's just a whole different sport.
People they got their favorites. Well, for me, I came from wrestling, so no gi was my favorite.
Right.
And I never believed the pure jiu-jitsu guy when he said it tightens up your technique for both. I'm like, man, yeah, right. No gi is just that savage, let's go. You know what I'm saying? That wrestling grind. That's what I took it as. But when I learned was your technique and your tightness of the gi because of training no gi. So when I competed with the gi, the control was way better because no gi, you can't grab nothing but the human being.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? So with the gi, you can confiscate that with grabbing a few things. And I'm like, yo, like that did help my gi game a lot, you know. So they do work hand in hand. At this point in my career, I don't have a favorite. I just love it so much. I don't really have a favorite no more.
No,
You know,
I'm the
I just
same
do
way. Yeah.
one of them.
I'm the same way, but like we was talking about off camera, I no longer roll in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, bro, just because, you know, like with the dojos I trained at, how we would get ready for a competition after the warm-ups and all that, you just roll, and you roll, and you roll. And I come up with injuries, bro. I mean, my body's telling me, you know what I mean, like a heavyweight dude like me and you rolling, I'm going to get hurt, bro. So I just learned to back off of it. You know, I still love it, but I got to be realistic, bro, because what's the use of getting hurt? I'm out of the dojo for 2 months, you know what I mean?
No, it ain't. You know, that's one thing, man. Is we even with weightlifting, man, is preservation. That's why I'm big on that. I'm big on technique. One of the things that I pride myself on being being a heavyweight guy, and anybody who I've trained with, smaller, male, female, whoever, will contest to this. My technique, they're not in fear of rolling, because sometimes the big dude will come in and you like, man, hold up, you know, you kind of worried about it.
Oh,
So
right.
when I train, you know, I've heard from top black belts like, man, dude, you are one of the most technical big guy, because people always assume because of my build, oh, this is a big, strong dude, you know, and it's a time and a place for that. But I've always thrived off technique. Oh, now let me not say always. When I got my blue belt, which is, you know, it go white, blue, purple, brown, black. So when I got my blue belt and I started gassing out in matches, and because I was using too much of that strength. And then right when I was about to get promoted to purple, I said, you know what? I'm gonna only train on my back and I'm gonna work fully technique. That's it, just fluent technique. And I started setting goals for myself. So when I got my purple, I said, okay, now I'm gonna start working on arm submissions. I'm gonna start being more fluent on arm submissions, arm locks, Kimura, stuff like that. So when I got my brown, I just wanted to work on gi chokes, you know, stuff like that, gi chokes and stuff like that. Gi chokes, back attacks. And then when I got my black, it was just like gelling everything together.
I'm glad you brought that up, because when I was competing, man, it's true. A lot of bigger guys, they use a lot of force and power, man. Like their technique is not that great. They just overpower you. And if your technique's not good, they're going to outmuscle you, dude. Like you said, you gas out, right? I'm more of a technique guy, because I've always, when you're a heavyweight, there's always some dudes bigger than you, man, and stronger. So I just focus on my technique and my breathing and relaxing when I'm in the guard, looking for openings, you know what I mean? And so that's what really helped me out, man. But hey, I wanted to talk to you about the judo stuff, because in California here, they got these judo camps, bro. Like right before the judo competition season starts, you can go there to become a judo judge. You get paid. And then you can also go there to get your judo black belt. Like they go through all the Japanese terms and, you know, all the demonstrations. So I don't know if they got something like that in Ohio.
No, we got around in my city alone. Judo is very strict. So when you go, judo is governing body by the USA Judo Association, right?
Yep.
So so for example, if you do a local jiu-jitsu tournament, like normally the upper belts like myself, a referee, a judge, whatever. Now, when you do judo, they bringing down former Olympians.
Yeah.
Like judo is very strict.
Yep.
So judo is not as common around here. Which is weird to me. And what's even more weird to me is a lot of people who are in jiu-jitsu who never wrestle, they don't want to take that stand-up portion. Because judo hard as hell to train, man.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know,
it's
hard.
Brutal.
All of it is hard, but getting thrown, that ain't no joke.
Yeah.
So you know, it's not as common around here, but I'm fortunate to be around some heavyweight national champions, and Olympic, a Paralympic. He's going blind in his left eye, but like I tell people all the time, hey man, shit, that dude can see. That dude can see, and when he put his hands on you, he can see. Trust me, I done been on the receiving end of one of them tosses. He can see. So you know, I'm fortunate to be around them type of dudes, because we recruited some heavyweights. Man, I was inboxing the University of Toledo football lineman, like, hey man, you want to come train? We was recruiting dudes just to put their hands on us in judo, because it's so hard to keep a solid judo team. You know what I mean? Unless you, and for us, it's hard. So we finally got that, and like I said, but they real strict, because when the COVID hit, you know how the Brazilian jiu-jitsu schools, like, they go by the state. If the state say this, or maybe if an instructor be like, we don't want to do it. No, when the COVID hit, the entire Judo Association, if you are a part of them, you do not open your doors until it's time to, till this is clearing up. So we had to shut it down over there. But now we getting back, like I said, we starting to get back rolling, and we could be back full-time training. But yeah, we don't have nothing like that, man. And they do have those type of seminars and events like that, but they're not in Ohio. I've never heard of one in Ohio.
Okay. Yeah. Because like you said, these are actually sanctioned by the United States Judo Federation, bro. Like they want you to be an official judge, and they want you to be an official black belt. They ain't playing around, bro. But I think the whole thing is like, I'm in Salinas, California, which is right down from San Jose. Like, it's San Francisco, San Jose, Salinas, right? You be mostly in LA. But at San Jose State, my alma mater, where I went to school, they actually got a judo team. Like, judo is big in California because you got a lot of Asian dudes, man. A lot of Asian dudes love judo, man. And, so it's just a big thing, bro. You can find judo schools all over the place, bro. Matter of fact, in Salinas, there's 5 judo schools, bro.
See what I'm saying? And that's just something that, because again, why wouldn't, I don't understand some of these jiu-jitsu guys, like the stand-up portion. I don't care if you're a ground player. At the end of the day, man, you need to, I feel like if you're going to wear a black belt, if you're going to get one of these upper color belts, you need to be well-rounded in what you do. I'm not saying you need to know all the judo throws, but at least you need to have the base. And a lot of these upper belts are missing that. And on top of that, we don't have that type of environment, man. Listen, if we would have had 5 schools, man, that would be awesome, but we don't. We got Judo and Judo, and we got one called Black Swamp with this lady. She's 60 years old. She a former Olympian, and she ain't no joke. So she run a good school over there. But, like I said, there's no heavyweights. So I'm over at Judo and Judo with the heavier guys. But yeah, we don't have that. It's not as popular at all around here.
Yeah, as we had talked about when I first met you, big man, like even in our Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu schools here, bro, they got a judo dude. Like, how you got a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, but then you got that dude knows some judo, man, or maybe he's a black belt in judo, or he got a judo dude in the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu school. So our Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu schools, bro, you getting Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, judo, and wrestling, bro. Like, you getting it. Yep. You getting it in. That ain't even counting the cage fighting schools, because the cage fighting schools, they're adding in the Muay Thai and the striking and all that. So, bro, in this area, I'm proud to be in this area because, man, they get it in. Like, you're Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you getting some judo in, bro. So when you know how you first go into the mat with a dude, man, y'all going from stand up to the ground, bro, and then it's just going from there. So it's like it's a whole different element, man.
And it's a lot of guys. It's some schools around here. I don't want to say what everybody do. I'm saying I do know it is not popular to have. I mean, let's just call it what it is, man. A lot of these schools around here, they got some great dudes, some great wrestlers, and they train it. But a lot of these, I'm talking about more so the individual. A lot of these individuals don't want to do takedowns. What the hell? Like, I don't understand that. Now, the school I'm at now, I'm actually training 20 minutes up in Michigan from me, and wrestling, judo. I mean, we getting it in. And this guy is a former Olympic gold medalist triathlon. So he all about the cardio, and it's just a perfect setting for me. Because I know I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna get this cardio on. We're gonna get this wrestling, we're gonna get all of that, and then we're gonna take off. So it's good to be there. Like, he really got a good program put together. And like I said, a lot of guys around the city, they got good things going on too, but I just don't understand these individuals who don't want to do the takedown part. I don't get it.
Hey, but in your opinion, man, the guys that don't want to do the takedown, like, how do they do in competition, man? When you go on the mat, you starting from standing up. So how do they fare if they don't want to practice takedowns in the dojo?
Well, a lot of guard pulling happens. They a lot of these guys shit straight to the butt, which if my thing is, you're good. You're good regardless. It is what it is. But from my standpoint, if I'm going to be involved in something, I want to have an understanding of everything. Here's the thing. My body type, it's a lot of submissions I can't do. But guess what? I got an understanding of them.
Right,
I
right.
could teach him.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
could teach him, but you won't see me doing them because my legs won't do that. Or me in my weight division, there's no way I can do a triangle choke with my legs on anybody,
Right.
you know? So I have an understanding of them. And that's just all I'll be saying up to guys like, hey, man, you don't have to know. And plus, in competition, man, we don't know where the match is going to go. So that's why being a wrestler, even though I was a wrestler, I started training on my back full time because I don't know where the match going to go. It could be a time where I get put on my back. And I don't want to be a fish out of water.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, these guys, they do really good. They do really well still. But at the end of the day, man, you know, I just want to have an understanding. That's what martial artist is. I'm not a Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt. I'm a martial artist. So
Right.
that means I want to have an understanding of every art that I'm involved in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hey, but in your opinion, man, you know, because like I was talking to you off camera, you're a new breed because you do a lot of hardcore bodybuilding, man, and lifting heavy and stuff. How does that work with your martial arts, bro? Because, you know, there's two schools. There's some schools that say, hey, you shouldn't lift weights, you know, whatever. And there's some schools like, oh, you should only do light weights. You know what I mean? What's your feeling on that, man?
Man, well, people got to understand. Well, first of all, we got to understand physics. We got to understand anatomy. Listen, our bodies do what the hell we tell it to do. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's been this myth, man, that all this muscle. Now, do we carry a ton of lactic acid? Absolutely, because we lift heavy, we carry a lot of muscle. Now, at this particular time, I'm a little too heavy, and I'm gonna tell you why I took off on jiu-jitsu. I took a hiatus from jiu-jitsu for about 4 months, and I'm gonna tell you why. But because that's something that need to be talked about. But so I kind of, you know, going around the big dogs of the fitness industry, Cali and Big Boy, you know, want to lift those 200-pound dumbbells, do the shit that I normally do.
I saw your video lifting that 300-pound dumbbell. I was like, what the hell?
Oh my God. So you know, I got a little bigger than I wanted to. So right now I'm not in competition shape, even though people are like, oh, you look great. Yeah, but I'm a martial artist first. I'm a martial artist that love lifting weights. So lifting weights is gonna have to chill. I mean, I'm gonna still lift the way I do. I'm gonna just get this weight down a little bit. But the point is, man, the original point is your body's gonna do what you tell it to do. And you have to be able to adjust with your body. So me, I'm not a guy, I go in sprints. I'm a very slow, methodical jiu-jitsu guy. When I pass guard, it's hard, it's pressure, but I'm very slow. I'll sit, I'll wait, I'm patient. I'm not just all over the place. That's the little guys. That's why I like training with little dudes, because I like chasing them around the mat to get my wind up and get my hips good.
Yeah.
But when I'm actually going into competition, because, you know, it's two different ways you got to train. You got to train with your training partners to make sure they come back tomorrow and don't hurt nobody.
Yep.
And then when you go to competition, you got to put it there. So in competition, I'm very, very aggressive, but I'm pressure. But I move, and then when I sprint when I need to sprint. So I can reserve my energy, but you just have to learn your body. So I can still lift the way I do and still compete at a high level because I learned my body. Now, can I move around like the 135-pound guys? No, I got too much muscle mass, I'll be dead.
Mm-hmm.
Can I move like a 135-pound guy for 20 seconds? Yeah, I could do that. I could do that.
Yeah.
You know, I could do that.
Yeah.
So it's just about how you train your body. You train your body to do what you want it to do. I mean, we adapt. We creatures of habit. We adapt to these things. And you know, so I didn't never understand why people used to say, oh man, you shouldn't lift weights. I don't know if you remember a guy, man, they called him the snowman. His name was Jeff Munson. Man, this dude was jacked.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Jeff Munson was huge. He was winning the ADCC, which is one of the biggest jiu-jitsu tournament. This dude was one of the top grapplers. I'm like, wait a minute, man. That dude is huge. Like, why? He going 20-minute matches. What? He lift weights? Like, what do y'all mean?
Right.
And he was very technical. He played off his back too. He could do both. So, you know, just about what you train your body to do.
Yeah. Hey, but not to disagree with you, big man. I remember when I was doing the competitive powerlifting, bro, and I was doing judo and jiu-jitsu and everything. I remember like during the competition seasons, I would have to step back off of the super heavy weights I was doing for powerlifting because my joints. So now my joints would be aching. You know how that, man, you do just squatting 500-600 pounds, benching 500-600, man. Next day you wake up, your elbows are sore, your knees are sore. So I know when the martial arts competitions would come up, big man, I'd have to step back on the amount of heavy weight. I'll still lift the weights, but it's more like moderate lifting, like, you know, maybe reps of, 10 to 12 instead of doing those heavy, singles and triples and doubles. You know what I mean?
Now, see that's the difference. You be lifting that big shit.
Hey, you too. I saw them videos. Bro. I saw you with them 200-pound dumbbells repping that shit.
So let me explain. With y'all powerlifting, man, hey man, I ain't never seen something more incredible than them lifts, man. And I have never done it. I don't deadlift. I don't squat. I use anything assisting when it comes to squat. I use the leg press a lot. I use the hack squat. I don't freeweight squat. And I don't one press max. Now, when you catch me on camera, of course, we in the business of entertainment. So you will see me throw up something just for you. But normally, man, I'm a rep guy, man. I
okay.
Yeah. So
okay.
It was but what people don't get is when you condition your muscle with that many reps, it's obviously you're gonna have a strong muscle. So I can push that weight.
Right.
I just don't do it often.
Yeah, because it's dangerous, man. You actually get injuries and you tear stuff, whatever. Because I tore my right pec, man, doing a 600-pound record deadlift. And I mean bench press. And now I can't even work my chest properly because my pec got tore. And when they did the surgery back then in the 80s, bro, they didn't have the technology they got now. So my shit's all fucked off, man. Just from that ego lifting, bro.
Yeah, I've never gotten into powerlifting. I love watching it, but I never got into the routine of the one. And like I said, I was told at a young age, man, don't deadlift. If you ain't doing this and that, don't deadlift. So I was like, yeah, I guess I'll stay away from it. And plus, I was still an athlete anyway. And then when I was fighting MMA, now I stayed off the weights in MMA. I did interval training. Yeah, and MMA was different because the punching added a different element.
Right.
Plus, I was cutting a lot of weight too to fight at 205. So I didn't lift weights then. I stayed off the weights, but 2 days a week, I would do a full body workout with the weights. Everything else was interval.
Okay.
In jiu-jitsu, I can lift. I got pretty much a good gauge in my body to lift in jiu-jitsu. But yeah, I don't lift heavy like that all the time. That's just camera shit. That's just
Because I was watching your videos, I was like, damn, that dude be lifting some heavy shit and he's still doing jiu-jitsu. I'm like, that's impressive, man, because my joints couldn't do it, bro. I couldn't do it, bro.
It's not, the thing is, too, man, is anything that I can do 12 times, to me, that is a good weight. Like you said, 10 to 12.
Right.
To me, that's a good weight. So I've worked myself up to being able to do some of those heavier weights 10 to 12 times. So, of course, it looks like, oh, man, that's a lot of weight. But, I'm 5'8". I got short arms. So, we blessed with the bench press when we got those short ass arms.
Right.
So, shit like that. So, the big shit, man, I don't like, people always say, man, you can lift so much weight. I'm like, dude, I'm well up to 270s, 280, bro. I should be able to do that. But they, sometimes people look at it, they don't understand, like, the anatomy of my body allows me to push that shit. And I'm gonna give myself a little credit. You got to be strong to do it.
Right.
But I like to work myself up to those 10 to 12, 15 reps. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, me too, bro. That was what I had to do for when I was competing in martial arts during the competition season. But then when competition season was over for martial arts, I started doing those singles and triples and doubles, bro, getting ready for my 1 rep max. And I could tell my joints, dude, it was just taking a toll on my joints, man. And plus, your recovery too, bro. You be hating to go to the gym. You're like, oh shit, I got to put all that heavy ass shit on there.
Man. Yeah, man. Yeah, that get like that now. I mean, even now, man, training jiu-jitsu, man. No gi will kick your ass, man. No gi, that's that'll put me on a rest day. So every time I do no gi, you sitting your ass down the next day. And it's crazy how I used to be back in the day, man. I could do that shit all day, man. I could live, do jiu-jitsu and judo in the same day. Man, that should have never happened. I'm over that shit.
Yeah, that's a lot, bro. That's a lot. Hey, but you said you had backed off of jiu-jitsu for 4 months because of
Man, so it's an elephant in the room, man, when it comes to jiu-jitsu, man. And it's crazy because I am so big on minorities taking jiu-jitsu. Huge. Like, I'm huge on that. Like, dude, do something, man. Everybody, dude, you 5'11", you can't jump. You're not gonna be in the NBA. Get your ass out here and do something. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't want to be nobody dream killer, but let's just call it what it is, dude. You ain't doing nothing special. You
Yeah,
can't
you
shoot,
ain't Spud Webb. You ain't Spud Webb, my man.
You just can dribble, bro. And one players ain't made it to the league like that. So, I'm big on that, man. And jiu-jitsu has a very dark cloud of racism, man. It's a very dark cloud of racism, man. It's like one of them things that don't be talked about too often. And I finally experienced that shockingly because the organization that I was with, the top guys, amazing people. Pedro Sauer, great dude. Mike Horhan, great dude. Every black belt I met in that organization, big name guys, great guys. And then the individual that I was with, I came to him and I said, listen, he said, dude, come train. You know, I know you opened your gym, you know, and this and this. I know you ain't training. Come train. Because I got tired of political shit in jiu-jitsu. I don't, that's not what I'm here for.
Right.
I'm here for them. I'm a martial artist. I'm not a politician. I'm not a dictator. And I started to see that mean girl effect.
Yeah.
You know, the cheerleader bullshit in these schools. Like you see groups of, I'm just not a part of that. And then when you from a different place, you know, when you from the neighborhood, dude, a lot of shit, man, like you just don't deal with sucker shit in no shape, way, or form.
Right.
And I don't care where it's at. So
right.
it's been times where I'm at jiu-jitsu, I'm like, man, hey, y'all some punks for real. Only thing y'all can do is roll around us, man. All this other shit y'all do, y'all suckers, man. Like this little shit y'all doing here. So I went to him and he like, man, we don't want none of that. We gonna do this, we're gonna do that. And dude, COVID hit. And one thing that me and him talked about was not having the political, because I'm sure you know, people don't even know the difference between Democrat and Republican, but they all political politicians on the internet.
Yeah.
I don't know nothing.
Right.
So then when you bring that into, and now imagine what we see on the internet, and then you bring that into an environment of jiu-jitsu, when you got some people might like the left, some people might like the right, imagine what kind of friction that causes.
Right.
So we said, look, we don't want that shit. And me being the other black belt in the establishment, he was like, hey man, it's our job to keep this shit like, you know, what it is. I said, you're right. It's COVID here, we had to shut down. I left Facebook, and then all of a sudden I started getting these calls from other people in the jiu-jitsu community from different cities like that know every, you know, the martial art community is small.
Yeah, you're very.
So they're like, hey man, what's wrong with your boy, man? Look at what he posted on Facebook. I said, dude, I ain't on Facebook. They said, man, check him out. I get on Facebook, and dude, it's all this sexist. You know how people do when they don't want to say, so they will post something and leave it open for interpretation.
Yeah.
So I called him. I said, hey man, you good? What's going on? Oh, what? So I told him, I said, bro, I don't know how to read what you posting because I thought we wasn't doing that. So long story short, man, a lot of things were said. A lot of people was offended. And I'm talking about black, white, Mexican. They like, dude, this is not what we're here for. Like, I don't want to be around. If that's how you feel about social injustice, if that's how you feel about this, it became that. And I had another conversation, and it pretty much was like, whatever, dude. I don't care. Wow. So I'm like, oh, so that's what it is. So I told him, dude, you absolutely are exactly what's wrong with you. What's wrong with the martial arts? Now you sit here and you preach this thing to me, and now you're creating an environment of uncomfortableness. So now you're losing great people to bring in these people that share your narrative. There's no way I can share a mat with somebody that thinks social injustice is okay.
Right.
How can I be on the mat with somebody who feels that way?
Yeah, that goes against the tradition of being a martial artist, bro.
And that's what people. So I got a video, and I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Me actually explaining the full story. The full story. Now it's deeper than what I'm saying. But I got people say, oh, the liberals. Man, this is why you just said that on my post, because you don't know what martial artist is. It ain't about liberal. It ain't about conservative. It's about martial arts.
Yep.
That's what we in here for. I don't care what you do when you leave.
Exactly.
That's what we're in here for. They talking about liberals is feeling, and people kill me, man. Listen, people kill me with that. All sensitive liberals. Like I always say, man, I am sensitive. So what? Can you whoop me? Can you whoop me? Like I don't.
The answer is no.
So what we talking about? At the end of the day, we're talking about martial arts, man. I don't care what ballot you went and voted or what trigger you pulled to vote.
Right.
I'm talking about martial arts. And now that I'm so homed in on the arts, because at first I was just a fighter. And and being a fighter, you selfish because you focus on being the best or whatever you're trying to do. Then I was a competitor. But now I want to give the jiu-jitsu back. I want to receive the jiu-jitsu and I want to receive being a martial art in full. All that other shit, man, I want to hear that bullshit. And it's not healthy for schools.
Right. It's not. It's very divisive, bro.
Yep. So, like I said, I don't care who to vote for who, but when we in here, this is martial arts. So it went down, but
are you gonna be able to go back and train at that school, or you got to find another school, bro?
Oh no, man, I'm already dude. Listen, it felt good because I got a very good reputation, not only with being a good competitor, but with being a good advocate for jiu-jitsu too around my city. So it felt good that people was reaching out like, hey man, come train here. But some of the schools got their own issues too. So the guy up in Michigan, somebody's like, him, he didn't know. So I called him. Really? I got your pass.
Hello, Kong. Hey, Kong, you froze, bro. Hello, Kong. Hey, Kong.
Nobody says a word on that video. No comment in the defense for them at all. So, like I said, I got a good reputation of being a good advocate for jiu-jitsu, being passionate about it, and being loyal to jiu-jitsu and the art and the people that I'm around with it. So when I was done, it was when I told them I was leaving that school and word got out, people was hitting me up. They're like, hey, yo, come train with us. So then I went to the school, like I said, it's up 20 minutes up in Michigan, and it's good. I'm great.
I'm glad you're able to come back training, my man. That's awesome because I know you missed it when you wasn't able to train, bro, because you a martial artist like me. Yeah, I know, man. Hey, but on that note, bro, YouTube keeps me to 30 minutes, man. It's been a very exciting talking to you about martial arts and stuff, man. Hopefully I can talk to you, man. We can get down to some of your bodybuilding routines, man, and what you recommend for martial arts to do. Maybe I can hit you up, man, another time, my man. But is there anything you want to say in parting about your channel or how people get a hold of you, big dog?
Man, on Instagram, Midwest_Kong and Midwest Kong on YouTube, man. And I appreciate all the support. Appreciate being on this channel. You know what I'm saying? Especially this channel because it's funny how the universe works. Like I said, I watched one of your videos, and then here we go on our second topic. So I just appreciate all the things. This YouTube stuff can be deadly. Can be very deadly with a lot of negativity, but man, it's really been treating me good, man. Meeting guys like you, meeting other people, man, the support is dope. So yeah,
man. Hey man, hopefully next time you back and you out in LA, man, hit me up. I'll come down, man, and just do a meet and greet, big homie.
I'm gonna hit you before I even head out. How far are you from LA?
About 6 hours, man.
I'm gonna definitely get it ahead of time then.
Yeah, bro. But hey, it was good talking to you, my man. I look forward to talking to you again, my man.
Yep, no doubt, man. Appreciate you.
All right, big homie.